Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the charts to take a look at what has been going on with Harmony One. We've seen a lot of volatility recently, and are we expecting more to come, or are we thinking that this is finally over? As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and you will not miss another video update that we have here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all of that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down into the charts on the desktop and see exactly what is going on here with Harmony One. Okay guys, so we're going to start off with the hourly chart and really start with the smaller time frame and then kind of build up into a medium term and long term viewpoint. Okay, so we're going to really just kick things off now. We're going to be taking a look at what's been going on here with Harmony One. So obviously after we fell down and we started to get some traction to the upside, and we found ourselves with a bit of a double top here and then a signal to the downside, right? So for the most part, we don't have to worry about this too much, other than the fact that we obviously went down, we didn't set a lower low, and we have now continued moving to the upside. Now here we should be aware that this could be one big A wave on our let's say 4 hourly, 8 hourly daily chart, with a bounce up and then further downside is possible. Okay, so we do look at that, and we also think about where the possibilities are of a much larger kind of C wave. We'll get into that in a moment, or B wave, we'll get into that in a moment. So on this smaller time frame, we just quickly want to kind of draw out what's going on here. So we have our A, B and C move. This was impulsive in its nature, but was invalidated with this move to the upside here. Now this move actually found ourselves hitting a lot of resistance. Okay, this is resistance that we actually had over here as well, coming in at 20 cent. You can see that we had a lot of resistance across this line, and then obviously we had the same amount of resistance just here. This basically created a double top, a bearish flag, and if we actually go ahead and grab our ABCs, you can see exactly that we had an A wave up, a B wave down, and we were looking to push up, but we found the bearish tag and basically created the double top. That led us down lower. Okay, and now obviously we have something very similar occurring right now across this line of 19.6, as of course we are overbought. Okay, so obviously where we are right now, this is looking like a slightly bigger ABC correction wave. Okay, and what we have here is basically running from our top of 20 cent, running down towards 17.9. We've bounced up to that 19.6 cent range. Again, we've hit this a couple of times. So we'll put the B wave just up here, and then we look to kind of finish this off with the C wave going lower. Now, if we actually measure this distance and we transpose this over into the range of the high that we've had at the moment, this does indicate that we are more than likely going to be say more than likely, the most probable area that we're going to land on is going to be 17.5 cent. Okay, before even thinking about reversing this and looking for that corrective action to the upside. Okay, the positive news overall here is nothing is impulsive, nothing has stuck, and it's all very corrective, i.e. being short time frame and not long term. So as we build up into the bigger picture, this is all very good, it's all very good news, it's all kind of corrective, and gives us fantastic kind of ground to be buying up at discounted rates. Now of course, there are a few things that we need to be aware of in terms of invalidations, to make sure that the wave counts are accurate. We want to make sure that we, if something was to go awry or something was unexpected to occur, where are those invalidation points? Where do we have to redraw the charts and all of that kind of good stuff? So here, obviously, for this ABC move down to 17.5 cent, we first of all have to cross the 20 cent zone. If we cross 20 cent, it's invalid. We're not going to go down to 17.5 as a part of this particular wave count. Okay, it's possible that we might go down there in the future, but it would be invalid for now, which would be a pretty good thing. But obviously, for that to happen, we have to push past 20 cent. Now, currently, we're trading at the point of recording this video at 19.4. It's very possible that we actually get this push to the upside and actually take out that 20 cent zone. It is obviously heavily dependent on what Bitcoin is doing. And as we actually take a look at Bitcoin here, you can see that it came right up against this, creating a double top, and which again will, in my opinion, lead to us to a flat correction leading down a slightly lower here. And this is probably going to take Bitcoin down to about 35,000, $35,500. So as a result of that, you should expect that Harmony One is probable probably going to come down to this 17.5 cent, unless of course we push past 20 cent. And like I said, as long as Bitcoin also would have to push past its threshold as well, invalidating its wave counts. So ultimately, at the moment, we have Bitcoin potentially, creating that double top, that bearish flag, in the same way that you have right here, Harmony One creating that bearish flag as well with this this triple top effectively, or quadruple, depending on how you want to look at it. I'm going to look at it as a triple here within the last 3 hours, triple tap, and then potentially leading down. The overbought stochastic RSI is going to support a move down, so therefore 17.5 cent is the most probable. So I'll quickly just go ahead and just throw that on there so we get an idea. This is the range that we're looking at. This could then lead us into a fantastic buying opportunity on the shorter time frame if that is our bag. Right, so there we go. We have a bit of an idea now of what's going to happen in the next few hours, maybe 12 to 24, maybe possibly 48 hours. Timing is the hardest thing to gauge, but it's going to happen pretty soon, right? And we get a good idea that, we're going to be moving down unless we invalidate that move. Okay, so let's actually now drill this up into our daily view. Okay, so our daily view, we are actually looking at a slightly larger move here, right? A big A wave up, actually forming 5 waves inside that. Okay, this particular move would normally see an ABC move to the downside. This potentially means that we are possibly going to actually be looking at lower lows for Harmony One. Currently, I think the low is set at about 16.4 cent. If I actually just check the wick here on the day, 16.4. So it's possible that we do come down a little bit lower. With that being said, it's also very possible that we actually create a double bottom, and the double bottom is actually a bull flag. So when we actually take a look back here, we can see that this pullback that we're having here in terms of this after these 5 waves is also an area of support that was found on wave 2. So right here is a really good strong support level. A double bottom here would not surprise me in the slightest. So as I said, 17.5% is the most probable area on our hourly chart. It's possible that that actually overextends down to 16.4. It might happen in those particular wave counts that we've already seen, or it might actually happen several waves down the line as things kind of progress. But a double bottom here is something that I would be looking out for, and that would actually effectively finish a B wave correction. Then what I would be looking for is 5 impulsive moves to the upside, and the reason for this is that I want to see 5 impulsive moves to complete this C wave. Because a 5-3-5 potentially leads us into an extra 3-5 waves. Okay, so we would look at a 5-3-5 followed by a correction that would be due here, and then an additional 5 waves up. Okay, so that would be really kind of the optimum kind of thing that you'd want for Harmony One in this particular scenario. Okay, obviously far too soon to say that's what's going to happen. It's pure speculation at this point. But that's the kind of thing that I'm looking for. The fact that we've had 5 waves to start with gives us a good starting point, and this pullback that we've had here in line with the market hurt a lot because I wasn't expecting it to go as deep as this, but here we are. It is deep, and obviously where it's gone down to is a really strong support line. So if that does hold, that creates us a fantastic foundation to then take the next level. Okay, so for Harmony One here, it's actually looking pretty good. Now this C wave, if it does just stay as an ABC, actually tracks us out there towards that I think it's like 46.4 cent. That range just there, based on the low point that we've already had of 16.4 cents. So if it is a double bottom, 64 cent is where we are likely to go within the next big move to the upside. Okay, so obviously it's very possible that this isn't going to occur. In order for this to actually happen, we first of all have to go ahead and go higher than the 5th wave that we've had previously. Okay, invalidation points come in down here at 13.4 cent. Okay, so if for this to completely be invalid, we'd either have to we'd have to actually come down lower than 13.4 cent, and to confirm it in sense of where we're going, we have to basically go higher than we were with our 5th wave, which actually comes in at 37.8 cents, so just short of the all-time high. Effectively saying, if we set a new all-time high, the most probable area that we're actually going to be traveling to is going to be 46.4 cent. Okay, so the stochastic RSI on the daily, it's ready to kind of go. It's right down there, heavily oversold. It's ready to kind of pop to the upside. Okay, and the last time you saw it was down here was right at the bottom of our 5th wave, of our first wave of our 5. Okay. So when we were right down here at 13.4 was the last time that we were down in this oversold area on the daily chart like this. The wave 4 pullback, actually this was close. We almost got to oversold, but it didn't quite get there. And then we still got that traction to the upside. So overall right now, what we're looking for here is that small time kind of hourly corrections that need to happen. And then of course we have that progression to the upside afterwards. Now, as we build this up into our weekly chart, again, you can see here that we could potentially be looking at something, slightly different but more significant. This actually takes us out towards very similar numbers, but not exactly the same. This is 47.3, but you see how we're right inside that kind of high 40 range in terms of cent. And again, this actually takes a look at the move of the fourth wave down, the fifth wave up, and we look at it as a fifth wave, but that fifth wave might not have actually finished. And what we're actually looking at here is, a series of potential counts inside, waiting for that next leg, that next step to the upside. And so overall, the weekly chart's looking very, very good. The stochastic RSI is coming down, back around to those lower ranges. Not as low as it has been previously. So again, plenty of room to grow. But I would personally have liked to see it a little bit lower. But obviously, we've had a fantastic run recently with Harmony. So, it obviously has increased along with that. So we are looking to see this thing kind of come down a little bit. Maybe it'll just be a couple of weeks, hanging around in this range that we're in right now, and before we actually start to see this weekly stochastic RSI really get corrected and ready for the next step. So overall, Harmony 1 is actually looking very, very good, right? In order for us to really be confident in everything that we're talking about here, we want to make sure that we don't go down lower than 13.4 cent. We obviously do have some fantastic buying opportunities, I believe, in the very near term in terms of 17.5 cent. And, I am looking to buy more Harmony, so that might be the area that I actually end up buying back into it. And I say buying back into it, I mean accumulating more, because I actually sold only 10% and then bought it back at 30 cent after the high of 37. So yeah, we're looking at constantly stacking up more Harmony, and these are fantastic prices to do just that. So yeah, 17.5 is a very interesting zone that I might be paying attention to. So overall, we're looking at some good accumulation points, but we want to make sure that we don't get invalidated. So really pay attention to that 13.4 cent zone. And other than that, we're really looking at getting confirmation of going higher towards those 46 to 47 cent range, and potentially even higher. The outlook for Harmony 1 hasn't really changed. We still quite easily see some of these numbers getting hit, the high 80s, 90 cents. They're still valid, they're still there. In terms of bear market and invalidations, we're nowhere near seeing those kind of levels just yet. For now, we're actually progressing quite nicely to the upside. There is a double top here, obviously, which helps cause this pullback, if you will, from all-time high of 38 to 37.8, pulling us down. But ultimately, everything's actually looking very, very good for Harmony 1 across pretty much most of these levels, right? The hourly isn't showing us any kind of warning signs. We have corrective action and nothing more. Of course, if we go up higher than 20, even that's off the cards, and we continue to go up higher. The 4 hourly does need to see that correction in line with our hourly. The 8 hourly, it looks like it needs corrective action as well. The daily is already in the floor. We're already looking pretty good here, and we need to see those smaller time pullbacks, but other than that, we're pretty good. And the weekly is progressing quite nicely, and the chart does look very, very good. So overall, I'm not worried about Harmony. I am looking to accumulate more, and I think this is going to be the story pretty much through 2022. I think it's going to be a fantastic year for Harmony 1. Everything from fundamentals and everything that the project are doing, all the way through to the technical analysis on the actual coin itself. So guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.